Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tuned. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new diesel radiant heater from Sunfire. This is the SF80. So I picked this thing up at Weyers, W-E-Y-E-R-S, equipment sales in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. And I wanted this specific Sunfire heater because it's a radiant diesel heater, and the box claims no fumes. We'll see about that. So I wanted to have a portable heater like this on wheels that I can use for when the dyno is being installed, which hopefully is this week. We're gonna start digging for doing the dyno, and the area behind where we're putting the dyno is kind of an unfinished area, and in the shop here we don't have insulation yet, so this can also aid in a heater to kind of pump up the heat in here, so my main wall heater doesn't have to work so hard to get it up to temp when it gets down to, 0, 10 degrees outside. I can use both of these to kind of get the inside warmed up and then use my main heater to just maintain. But anyways, this is the heater. It's pretty, this is exactly how I got it. When I got it from the Weyers guys, they took it out of the box and ran it before I even picked it up to kind of burn off some of the, machine oil and stuff like that on this thing. But it's a pretty sweet unit. It's, you can't really see anything inside of here, but it does look like the holes are designed in a certain way to kind of keep the, flame and heat and smoke and stuff like that, inside of it. I don't really know how this thing works, but it's radiant. So it's not blowing the fire out. It just kind of sits there. I'll show you guys when we turn it on here. It also has this little adjustment right here, so you can loosen this and this, and you can actually rotate the entire unit to kind of blast the heat up or down, if you're kind of focusing on something specific that you're trying to warm up. So that's kind of a neat feature that it pivots. The tank isn't all that big. I did put approximately 5 gallons in it. I don't know exactly how large the fuel tank is. I probably should read the instructions, but yeah. So the only thing that kind of is annoying is the tank is completely full right now, and the gas gauge reads, just a little bit above 3/4 there. So, and if we took this out, it's plumb full all the way to the top. I can't even fit another drop of fuel in this thing. And like I said, I have about 5 gallons in it. And the gauge doesn't read full, which kind of bothers me, my OCD. But it is on wheels, as you can see down here. So you can just pick it up by this handle, kind of wheel it around wherever you got to go with it. And it just plugs into a normal 110 outlet down there. And it's very simple to use. It just has the 110 outlet right here. You put fuel in it, and if it's the first time you're using it, there's a primer button right there that you hit to just kind of get the fuel kind of primed through the line here, which you can see mine has fuel in it. Here is the thermostat hookup, which is just bypassed right now, so it just runs all the time. But you can hook this up to a thermostat as well. But other than that, if there's fuel in the line, it's pretty uneventful. All you do is just turn it on. Just flick that one switch. It takes about, 10 seconds or something like that to fire up. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera or not, but there is some black smoke, very faint smoke coming off of it right now, which is common on the initial startup. So the first time you fire it up for the day, there is a little bit of smoke that comes off of it. And I ran this thing yesterday for about 2 hours straight, and it smelled like paint burning and oil burning and stuff like that. It didn't smell like fuel, but it just smelled like kind of, just material burning. It didn't smell like diesel, anything like that, but you could definitely tell that a lot of the machining and stuff from it being a brand new unit It did stink for like, honestly, about an hour or two. But I just ran it for 2 hours with the door open at the shop. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a test. I'm just going to kind of leave it run. I don't smell anything, and I'm like literally right next to it. I don't smell anything, and I wanted this Radiant style diesel heater because I've had torpedo diesel heaters in the past, and they heat the place up really fast, but they leave a smell and an odor that gives me a headache. And I really wanted to see, and that's why I kind of bought this unit. It's a little bit more expensive, but if it doesn't give me headaches, it's worth it to me. I also have CO2 meters. I have one over here, and then I have one on the other side of the shop as well to kind of monitor temperature, humidity, and CO level. But yeah, even just running it here while I'm talking to you guys, I still don't smell anything. There was a little bit of smoke that came off right on the initial fire up, but my ceilings are pretty high, so I'm sure that smell is kind of long. Oop. Maybe just a faint smell. I just smelled something, but after running it now for a couple hours, man, this thing cranks heat. And it's great to use it outside or somewhere that's, you know, open where you don't normally have heat. Yeah, so as I walk towards the door over here, I smell diesel. But that, like I said, that's kind of from that initial startup. So I'm leaving the door open currently. I'm gonna get the initial fire up fuel or the initial fire up smoke out of here. And then after about 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna shut the door and we'll see how long it takes to heat up my shop. But yeah, once that, it just sucks because that initial fire up of the heater will smoke. I don't think there's any way to get around that. So I think the best thing to do is I'm probably gonna have this heater closer to the door, and I might just like fire it up outside for 5 minutes before bringing it in. I just don't know if you can really wheel it around while it's running. I'd also be curious how long it's gonna last on a tank of gas. Like I said, it's plumb full right now. So I'd be curious how long, maybe I'll try to keep track of it and I'll update you guys in the next video or something. Alright guys, so the heater's been running for about 5-10 minutes and I just shut the door to just see, you know, to eliminate any diesel smell from the initial startup. I wanted to leave the door open for the first 5 or 10 minutes and just make sure that the smell cleared out of here. Now I'm gonna run it for like an hour and we're gonna see how warm the shop gets. This building is 20 by 40 with 16-foot ceilings, and currently it's 53 degrees in here. Maybe I'll check in at 6:30 or something like that. And it's obviously not that cold out, it's only like 45 degrees outside. You know, I should do this test again when it's like 0 outside. But for now, I just want to kind of see how this thing's performing and play with my new toy. A lot of people on my Facebook post were really curious how loud it was, and I'm like not even 5 feet from this thing right now. I mean, I'm probably 5 feet from it, and I'm making a video. I don't know how loud it is on camera, but I did just download this dB meter on my phone. I just downloaded a dB meter, and it's actually not free. Don't you hate when they do that to you? It's free to download, and then when you open it, oh, you want to actually use it? It's 30 bucks. I'm gonna try to find a different one. So, like I said, I'm standing about 5 feet from the heater, and I'm talking right now. So it's about 70 decibels. I don't know how loud the shop really is, but if we walk over here, about 10 feet from it, still about 70 decibels. I don't know how accurate this app is. But like as I talk, it goes up to like almost 100. So, I mean, I don't know, it's not that loud. It's really not. Like a torpedo heater is way louder than this thing. I would say a torpedo heater is twice as loud as this. But I'm sure I could like turn the radio. I'm gonna turn the radio on just for just to see, because the radio is actually behind the heater over here on my workbench. All right guys, so it's been about 30 minutes or so. The shop is now at 60 degrees. So it's gone up about 10 degrees in here, which is pretty cool. But it does stink, like with the door shut. I've been noticing like it does smell a little bit. It doesn't smell like diesel. It smells like burning paint or something. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it run, I guess, but I might crack the door just because I don't know how long it's really gonna take to burn off all this, you know, machining stuff and paint and whatever that's on this thing. But it definitely stinks. It just sucks because like this is a made in USA product and you pay a premium for something like this. And for it to claim no smells, I don't know. It's fucking stinks though. Granted, the door's been shut for a half hour or more, and you know, this shop isn't exactly airtight, but it's also not wide open either, so I don't know. But other than that, I mean, it cranks the heat. I actually really like it. I just wish it wouldn't stink so bad. Alright, so little update on the Sunfire diesel radiant heater. I've been running it for like a little over 2 hours now, and like you can walk right up to the thing and there's no smell at all. It doesn't stink whatsoever, and I've just been really trying to get a lot of runtime on this thing. Maybe there is still a really faint smell of just like, it just kind of smells like coating burning off or paint, but I just figured after like an hour that shit would have been gone. And this is just kind of going to be an initial impressions of this thing. It did raise the shop temperature about 10 degrees in 30 minutes, and this is a pretty big building with very high ceilings. So, and we got a decibel reading on it, so everybody that was wondering about that. And I really like it. After it's been running for a while, you can go right up to it and warm up. It's pretty nice, and you know, I'm hoping, God willing, that this thing will quit stinking, like coating peeling off. I'd almost rather smell diesel fumes at this point, because this coating stink is kind of strong, and the fact that I can smell it in this big of a building, even after just 30 minutes, is a little bit concerning considering how much money this thing is. But I'll keep you guys updated and let you know how it does, and I'll do a quick shut off of this thing and show you how it shuts off. So it's been running. Man, dude, the heat that comes off of it and how close you are to it, and how there's no smell this close. Even up here, if I smell up here, it's so clean smelling. It's so clean burning. And I have faith in this thing. It's just, I really didn't think the coating would take this long to burn off. At least I think it's that. I don't know. Maybe it's still some diesel weirdness. I don't know. But yeah, let's shut this thing off. So pretty simple. Just go back here and pretty uneventful. Just turn the switch off. It runs through a little cycle. Has like a fan in there or something like that. Cools off and eventually shuts off. I don't know how long the cooling cycle takes. It did take a little bit longer to fire up. I thought it was like 10 seconds, but I think it's like 20 or 30 seconds. And for the shutdown, maybe I'll sit here until it completely shuts off. Well, it clearly takes a little while to shut off. I'm not going to sit here this whole time filming, but yeah, so here it is, SF80 Sunfire. I probably could have got the 120, but this thing's like 1,700 bucks. The 120 is like, I want to say like 2,500 bucks, and the step above that, I think it's like 30,000 or 300,000 BTU. That one's like $3,000. So these things definitely pull a premium. So I'm really hoping it pans out and doesn't leave me fumed out of the shop if I want to use it in here, or my small garage, or in the dyno cell when we get it done. So we'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little first impressions of this diesel heater that I picked up. And I wanted to make a video about it because I had some interest on Facebook and some guys asking questions, so I figured I'd make a video. Yeah, here it is. Have a great night, better tomorrow, guys. God bless, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.